I'm Dennis Cometti. I'm joined by my accomplice in prime time, Matthew Richardson.
Hi Dennis, always a pleasure to call a game with you.
The roar of the crowd, and we're into it. Smith nicely outclassing Sinclair. He's able to thread a needle, and that kick comes out of the pack. Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richard.
If you're going to kick that poorly, you may as well just give the ball straight back to the opposition.
Papley lines it up, shot by Papley. And the mark will be paid. Opportunity now for Cunningham. Cunningham with a great kick. Well, they got that badly needed goal. Can they build on this? Sinclair with a big fist on it. Jack with the football. Don't know how he managed to get that out of the pack. Franklin with his head down, running for home. Plenty of shots are spoiled at the last moment by efforts to add just those few more meters. The ball bounced favorably for Kennedy. Gets boot to leather. Caught by Tippett. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. It's in the air. He'll be happy with that. Tippett with his first.
Tippett has super fast reaction time. He could catch an arrow.
He's got the football now. No, that's just giving the ball away. A difficult kick into this breeze. Hawkins grabs that one.
Hawkins has so much potential. He could just be anything. Selwood with the mark. Puts boot to ball. The mark will be paid.
Gregson launches it. Rampy with the mark. The kick is held up in the wind. Jack takes the mark. He lays it on the boot for a giant kick. Nice mark there. 40 meters out, 40 meters out. A set shot on a 45-degree angle. Tippett takes a shot at goal. It's going. Tippett executes the goal well. He's bagged a couple now. This lead getting bigger now. Knocks it down in front. Taylor onto the ball. He handballs it. Squeezes out a handball. Gregson receives the ball. Kicks it across the ground. Smith has it. Word is this guy is the most reliable kick for goal in the side. Hand pass by Duncan. My ball, says the umpire. Sinclair directs it down. Selwood gets a hard bump from Grundy. Chips it down towards half forward. Papley soars over the pack and takes a ripper. He's got eyes like a pterodactyl with contact lenses. Now do you think he can kick this one, Richard?
Not much of an angle. Should be an almost certain goal.
He threaded the needle to get the handball out. Player starting something with the 1-2. Lang sends it to open space. And we have a ball up. Sinclair hits it. Has it now. Sydney leading at quarter time by 19.
The Swan.
And we go for quarter number 2.
Never give up, never give in. And when the upper hand is yours, you may have the ability to win with the dignity that you absorbed the loss.
McVeigh going for number 1. He's missed the goal. The Swans by 20 points. McVeigh looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. Does he have a realistic chance from here, Richard?
Not a chance, Dennis.
And the mark will be paid. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. Cunningham off the side of his boot. Booted by Hawkins. A great effort. A spearing kick from Thurlow. A big run to take that mark. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Cunningham going for number 2. Cleanly picked up. Shoots off the handball. He just can't get out of the action. He gets tackled as he hands it off. With the ball now. Sydney in front. Robinson, the better man there. He's kicking on about 45 degrees from here. Going for goal number 1. It's in the air. The huge kick makes it to the goals. Gets his first. The lead has been increased by Robinson. Sinclair with the tap. Taylor with the football. Handballs.
The Swans are hustling and hassling their opponents, forcing Geelong into errors when they have the ball and limiting their opportunities to possess it at all. Kennedy hand passes the ball. Franklin heading in now. That's a goal.
The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce. Guided by Sinclair. He lays off the pass. Kennedy with the interception. Kicks towards 50. Intercept by Cunningham. He's heading for home. A goal for Sydney. Cunningham gets number 2.
Cunningham is good on both left and right, so kicking off either side is just not an issue for him.
Smith gets the ball out of the pack. Like the song says, don't you just need someone to shove? Wow, do they need to score. All eyes are watching. Out of bounds near the goal. The ball goes over the line and out of play. Aaliyah puts it on the boot. Great mark under pressure.
When the forwards are marking the ball so cleanly inside 50 like they are now, it must give the Swans a lot of confidence, especially when the pressure is on. Robinson kicks the ball. Tippett takes the mark.
He steadies now in front of goal, 25 metres out. Tippett likes his chances for goal. The Swans get a goal. Tippett playing well, that's his 3rd, and they stretch out their lead. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Smith knocks it down the field. The loose ball scooped up with the ball now. Sinclair takes a shot. Sinclair with a massive goal. Great bounce. Guided down nicely by Smith. You've seen a half now, Richo. Your thought. There's the siren to start the second half.
Do not let what you can do interfere with what you can do.
Franklin looking to make them pay for that turnover. They can't seem to maintain possession. They simply handed it over with the quick hands. Dangerfield heads in for the goals. Goal. The Cats have their first goal. The bounce, laser straight. Knocks it down in front. Has it now. Duncan somehow manages to get that ball out with all those players around him. Gregson takes the mark. He hand passes the ball. They desperately need this goal to stem the flow. The Cats have scored the last 2 goals. They're trying hard, but it won't do much to help at this stage. With the ball now. Puts the kick on the wing. Played on. Grundy going for number 1. Out of bounds it goes. And the ball goes over the boundary line, close to goal. Hawkins slams it on the boot. Nice work from Gregson.
Gregson can achieve anything he sets his mind to. The sky is the limit for this guy. Lonergan gets the catch. Puts boot to ball. Grundy gets the upper hand.
That's a massive kick. Collected by Heaney. He runs into the goal. Heaney likes his chances for goal. Nice interception. Moves it quickly by hand. Goal to the Swans. This one gives them an even bigger lead. The bounce is dead straight. First hand's important. Taylor with the ball. He's done a Lady Gaga. He kept everyone guessing. Franklin, a massive kick off the boot. He wins the contest. Talking to a football doesn't do much good unless you do it while your opponent is lining up. Takes control of the bouncing ball. Taylor dishes it off by hand. Lang handing it back now. Player starting something with the 1-2. Good mark by Gregson. Choose to kick it. Nice mark under pressure. Slams it on the boot. Takes it well.
Sinclair is a great mark on the lead, but he can sometimes get worked under the ball in the contest. If he can lift his overhead capability, he will be a star. Franklin lines up. Franklin takes a shot. Tippett with the catch, concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. Tippett shoots for goal. The goal for the Swans.
The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. Sinclair punches it. Is in his possession. There'll be a ball up in the centre square. Sinclair with a big fist on it. Selwood has the ball. The loose ball picked up. Sydney lead at the end of the term by 51. The final quarter, and it should be most enjoyable.
You and your opponent want the same thing. The only thing that matters is who works the hardest for it.
Rampy with the mark. Gets boot to leather. Good mark by Franklin. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. All eyes are watching. A monster of a kick gets home. Chalk it up 6 points. That's number 2.
Franklin has some great leadership skills, and leadership is about getting other players involved and being able to take it as well as dishing it out. The only way you're going to get respect from your teammates.
Punishing kick from Franklin. Takes it well. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. Franklin going for number 3. All eyes are watching. He's put his all into that, but it won't give him the 6 points. Almost a touch of synchronized swimming about that mark, minus the peg.
Selwood has so much potential, he could just be anything. McVeigh kicks it. He gets it under pressure. He doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Papley missed the ball. The ball is out of bounds.
Henderson setting up the play, sends it out of the defensive 50. Approaching the goals now. Gets the loose ball. Tippett kicks it just in time. Franklin scores with a beautiful kick. Sydney have scored the last 3 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Sinclair, try swinging your purse next time. Rich coming from a guy wearing makeup. He's tried to do too much with that kick. Franklin winds it up. Having a big day, going for goal number 4. If this game were being played on water, Sydney would be walking on it. Strong mark by Thurlow.
Thurlow is a great mark on the lead, but he can sometimes get worked under the ball in the contest. If he can lift his overhead capability, he will be a star. Selwood with the kick, he gets it under pressure.
Bumps the pigskin. Caught. A big kick by Menengola. Solid catch. He gives the ball a mighty roost. Almost a touch of synchronized swimming about that mark, minus the peg. Sends the ball to open space. He just can't get out of the action. Is in his possession. Going for goal number 1. Papley. Not the worst shot for goal, but those who are worse wouldn't need to hire the Maya Music Bowl to hold a convention. Out of bounds, dangerous spot near the goal. Final scores are 70. Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The roar of the crowd, and we're into it. Tapped by Sinclair. Kennedy gets the ball. Sutcliffe swoops on the loose ball and will have a change of possession. There'll be a ball up in the centre square. Clark outstretches his opponent to win the ruck. Walters picks up the bouncing ball. Handball short. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Umpire not having a bar of that and signalling for a ball up. Guided down nicely by Sinclair. The bouncing ball is controlled. McCarthy shoots off the handball. Fife brought him down, holding the ball. Fife whacks one on the boot for goal. Drifts wide to go through for the behind. Takes that one strongly. Franklin with a gigantic kick. He controls the bouncing ball. Robinson dishes it off to the running man. Dawson intercepts it. He shows the quick hands. Gets a handball away towards the man on the run. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Franklin manages to sneak it through. A dead straight bounce. Big thump from Clark. Franklin gets it on the bounce. Handball short. McCarthy looking unstoppable, handing it back to Mundy. Give him a rap and they'll let you down every time, Richard.
A real letdown there, Den.
He spills the mark. Off the ground. Apinis bumped off the ball. Sinclair lays it off to the running man. Robinson is able to grab it on the half volley with the quick hands. A chance to add one more to his tally. Tippett claims the ball. Nice kick. That will settle his nerves. The first goal is always welcome. Tapped by Sinclair. Picked up the ball. Cunningham with a short hand pass. He must have intended to kick that somewhere. I'm just not sure where. A good mark under the circumstances.
Clark's shown a lot of character with his recent performances. He slams that on the boot. Grundy takes a contested mark. He boots it. Really solid use of the body to outmark his opponent. Lining it up with the goal now. Cunningham kicks for goal. He gets the upper hand.
This is a great angle to kick from. Tippett. Oh, and what about that? That was really special. The Swans won't be so desperate after that goal. Tapped by Clark. It bounced straight into his hands as if he'd just called a puppy with a whistle. Grundy slams it on the boot. Tippett claims the ball. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. All is in readiness. Clean tap by Clark. Franklin gets it on the bounce. Intercepted. Handballs. Plenty to analyse from the first quarter, Richo. The first break is finished and play is set to commence.
There are only two options regarding commitment. You're either in or out. There is no such thing as footy in between.
Jack looking to make them pay for that turnover. A good mark under the circumstances. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines the shot up. Franklin going for number 2. All eyes are watching. What a huge goal by Franklin. This kick puts them further into the lead. Sydney leads by 29. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. More bounce than a dodgy check. First hand's important. Gains possession. Handball short. And he's heading for home, going for goal number 1. Takes that one strongly. Dawson kicks it. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. McVeigh winds it up 50 metres out. The 45-degree shot is not too hard. He just has to keep his cool. Going for goal number 1. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Clark hits it. Lucky bounce collected. Grundy again, Richo.
Yep, Dennis, he's a class act.
Solid catch. Tippett just gauging which way that wind is blowing. Having a big day, going for goal number 4.
Dawson has the passion for this game, and that shines through every time he plays. Sinclair with the catch, concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. Sinclair has a kick. Tippett marks the ball. Tippett shoots for goal. Nice kick.
The ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Sinclair taps it. Is in his possession. The ball in the hands of McCarthy. He was pushed. Neil boots it. Hill presents and takes the mark. Sends it on its way. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark, minus the peg. McCarthy will have to put everything into this one. Going for goal number 1. He gave it a crack, but it sailed wide of the goal. Fremantle should really pack up and go home at this stage.
Sydney have been taking the time to size up the right option at the right time, so they haven't been hurt on the turnover, and that's why they're on track to win this match. Approaching home now, McVeigh shoots for goal. Tippett marks the ball.
As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. From the same spot, Tiger Woods with a 9-iron is a safer bet. Clark got a fist on it. He gets his hands on the footy. He smashes and bashes him. Takes possession. Oh, that's just giving the ball away. The loose ball scooped up. McCarthy approaching home now. Aaliyah gets the mark without contest. Clears now. Rampy wins the marking contest. Sends the Sharon on its way. Takes that one strongly. Everton with a perfect drop punt. Fife soars over the pack and takes a ripper. He's got eyes. We're back for the third term.
There are only two options regarding commitment. You're either in or you're out. There is no such thing as life in between.
He's got the head down as he charges home for goal. Franklin shoots. Perfect kick. Franklin playing well. That's his third. The Swans in front. The ruckman conscious of where their teammates are. They wait for the bounce. Sinclair with the mighty fist. He's done a Lady Gaga. He kept everyone guessing. Franklin making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the wind. More bounce than a dodgy check. Tapped by Sinclair. Sutcliffe, a good crummer, has it now. They've conceded possession. Out of nowhere, the ball shoots out of the pack. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision.
Dawson's got good knowledge of the game and he can see the events unfolding in front of him, but he just needs to react a little faster. Jack, with good strong hands, he doesn't want to take too long lining this shot up. Jack takes a shot.
Going for goal number 1. Dawson gathers it. The loose ball scooped up. Papley going for number 1. The Swans by 10 goals. Massive screamer from Kennedy. Boots it. Takes that one strongly. Tippett taking aim. 25 metres out. He's kicking on about a 30-degree angle, which could prove challenging.
Sydney has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around. The Dockers, they aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run.
Gets boot to leather. Wins the hard ball. It's a shocking kick. Simply outplayed the opposition there.
Franklin can be very consistent. He does still need to do some more work to make sure he brings his A game to every match.
My ball, says the umpire. Clark gets onto the ball. Picture perfect drop punt. Tippett catches, perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. Don't take too long lining up for goal. Invariably, the mind messes up more shots than the body. 30 metres out. Slips the handball to Franklin, and he's heading for home. Shot at goal by Franklin. Takes the mark all by himself.
Dawson, he's not the biggest threat on the field, but he can make his opponent accountable, and he requires a watchful eye at times. Papley lining up with the goals. Papley has a kick. A great mark under pressure. Tippett lining up with the goals, and the ball crosses over the boundary.
He steers it out of the defensive 50, and the mark will be paid. Richo, what are his chances from here?
He's a fair way out, Dennis. It'll test him.
A long way out. There's been a lot to enjoy in the third quarter. The scores are Sydney 70. There's the siren for the final quarter, and play is underway.
You can always rest easy knowing that you gave 100%, win or lose.
They can't seem to maintain possession. They simply handed it over. He runs into the goal. McCarthy just manages to sink it. The Dockers, players with massive smiles on their faces now. They needed that.
Sinclair, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel. He lines it up with the goal. They're falling behind. They must convert here. The Dockers are on top of the Swans.
Neil intercepts the bouncing ball. He can't close the deal, and it's a point. They really needed a goal there.
Alia, he's just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. Sinclair, with beautiful hands above the head, he really is a great target to kick to. He gets it under pressure. He kicks the ball.
The ball spills to Sinclair. He runs for home, going for goal number 1. Sinclair just makes the goal line. Here's the bounce. Tapped by Sinclair. Gathers the ball. Kennedy, interesting kick. Not sure what he intended there. Perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. He's been outstanding, going for goal number 8 right here. That could be the final nail in the coffin.
Tippett on his wrong foot isn't his preferred option, but he's still competent enough off that foot.
Is in his possession. She's running hot, Richo.
Yep, Dennis, he's a class act.
Sinclair sends one up towards the wing. A favourable bounce. With the quick hands. He's heading for home. Jack steers the ball towards goal. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Both rucks have a fair shot at this one. Clean tap by Sinclair. Kennedy is able to grab it on the half volley. He runs for home. Franklin going for number 5. And the risk pays off. Goal. Franklin increases the lead. Palms it down nicely. Is in his possession. He runs for home. Going for goal number 6. Sends it home with a mighty kick. Franklin extends the lead from that kick.
The Swans have just backed their pace and skills, and they've been rewarded on the scoreboard. It's been pretty impressive.
Sinclair puts his head down and runs in. Solid as a rock, and he comes away with a lovely contested mark. Tippett lets fly with a shot at goal.
The Swans have just backed their pace and skills, and they've been rewarded on the scoreboard. It's been pretty impressive.
Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball.
Clark is just a real slippery customer if you give him any space. Passes by hand. The final siren is right around the corner. Tippett just wanted it more then.
A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Tippett unloads one towards goal. The Swans have scored the last 7 goals. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Fremantle were really taken to task. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. For this game, we find ourselves at Adelaide Oval. Well, the heat here is unrelenting. Look at that steam coming off the ground. A player who always... And away we go, the opening bounce. Jacobs really gets onto this one. Sinclair onto the ball. Grundy runs past and gets the ball. In technical terms, he's made a real pig's ear of it. Not sure what he was trying to attempt there, but the ball has changed possession. Lobs the handball. He runs for home. Jack going for number 1. He kicked that one like my wife would. Ball over the boundary line. Clearing kick out of the defensive 50. Lever claims it. A lovely drop punt. He misses the mark. Intercepted by Sinclair. He runs into the goal. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. 25 metres out. Going for goal number 1. He was celebrating the moment that left his boot. Gets his first. The game officially underway now. Nice interception. They've conceded possession. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. Tippett marks it. Be decisive. Come on, be decisive. A wrong decision is generally less disastrous than indecision. A chance to add one more to his tally. Sydney by 7 points. That decision was like taking a beer to a job interview. Not a very good idea. Tippett gets the upper hand. He steadies now in front of goal. 30 metres out. A 45-degree angle for this kick. The Swans get the scoreboard ticking over with that goal. That's 2 now. He's playing well. A badly knitted goal from Tippett. That's 2 in a row for Sydney. The Swans in front. Franklin scoring from a long bomb. The lead has been increased.
Franklin is just so creative that the coach has just given him the freedom to experiment and take the game on, knowing that he's just all class.
He picks it up. Handballs. He's getting accustomed to kicking goals. Tippett goes goalward. It's true. They're starting to stamp their dominance on this game. Kennedy just got cleaned up and sent back to Neverland. Sinclair making his way in. Let's hope he's compensated for the wind. That was a huge kick. Malcolm Blight would be happy with that one.
Sinclair, it's not the biggest kick of the footy. I'd say 50. It's going to test him, but he's still got some good power.
Atkins gets it cleanly across to Cameron. Kicks it across the ground. A great effort. That had some power behind it. Takes it well. Papley with a chance if he keeps a cool head. Papley aiming for the goals. Gets the distance. The Swans with the ascendancy over Adelaide, leading the match 37-0. Guided by Jacobs. Goes short with a hand pass. Grundy puts it on the boot. And that's the end of the first term. The Swans 37 to... Here we go again. Quarter number 2.
Winning means you're willing to go longer, work harder, and give more than anyone else.
Oh, that's just giving the ball away. A low stabbing kick. Lining up the goal now. Jenkins a long way out. An ideal position to be kicking from. Crouch claims it. Gets boot to high. Grundy takes the mark. Sends the Sharon on its way. Franklin with the mark. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. Franklin tries his luck with a shot at goal. Papley doesn't waste that opportunity. Goal for Papley. This kick stretches the lead.
Sydney has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around the Crows. They aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run.
Bounce goes the ball.
Sinclair is just a real workhorse in the ruck, and I reckon his teammates really appreciate his uncomplicated approach to the game. Sloan scoops it up.
He boots it from the pack. Nice mark under pressure. Cunningham, urged on by the crowd, prepares to kick. 50 metres from home. You'd back him from this position. Simply outplayed the opposition there. Tippett, urged on by the crowd, prepares to kick. Sydney by 49. The ball has been bounced. Jacobs not even close to getting a hit out. He might have to take a leaf out of the Karate Kid and sweep the knee. Chips it down towards half forward. The opposition forgot about him, and he takes the easy mark. The ball bounced to the advantage of the opposition. Jack steers the ball towards goal. A nice uncontested mark for Talia.
Talia, he's just got a lot of tricks in the bag, which makes him so very hard to stop. He's also got an amazing highlight reel. Jacobs with a strong mark. Puts boot to ball. He wins the contested mark.
Sloan boots it. Nice hands. Sends the Sharon on its way. A great effort. Concentration comes out of a combination of confidence and hunger, so they tell me. Franklin slams one on the boot for goal. Sydney by 55.
Sydney has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around the Crows. They aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run.
Sloan, cool under pressure, releases in time. He picked it up off the ground. Sweeping handball. Grundy is an absolute ball magnet. The ball spills to Kennedy. Moves it quickly by hand. They can't seem to maintain possession. They simply handed it over. Pick up by Franklin. Looks like he panicked there. Douglas laps up the misplaced footy. It's his. Rich. Looks like the players are ready for this. Let's get started.
How you respond to the challenge in the second half will determine what you become after the game, whether you're a loser or a winner.
Franklin takes a shot. Franklin sinks it from a long way out. The lead has been increased. Hit by Sinclair. Hardigan on the ball at the moment. Crouched with the pickup. He's got the football now. Jenkins decides to send it to open space. The loose ball picked up. Mills onto the ball. Gets boot to high. A solid mark from Cunningham. Let's hope the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. Going for goal number 1. Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough?
Cunningham has a nose for goals. You wouldn't want to bet against him, even on the tightest of angles.
Jenkins gets the ball. There's players everywhere, but somehow he manages to send out the handball. Franklin with the mark. What do you think, Richo? Can he make this one?
I don't know if he'll make the distance here, Dennis.
He'll need his Saturday or Sunday best from here. 15 metres out. Tippett taking a chance at goal. The Swans in front. Both rucks have a fair shot at this one. Sinclair with the tap. With the ball now. He grabs it on the run. Intercepted. Kicks to the attacking 50. He gets above the crowd. Tippett lining up. The ball is hammered towards goal by Tippett. Look at that. He's put it through.
The Swans has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around the Crows. They aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run.
Kick by Talia. Great mark over the pack. Gets boot to leather. Papley slams the ball onto his boot, trying to get it away as quickly as possible. That was a poor kick, wasn't it, Richard?
That'd play on his mind. Talia is a great kick, and if he can maintain that accuracy under pressure, he'll elevate to the elite category. He handballs it. Cunningham running in now. That's a goal.
You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Jenkins outstretches his opponent to win the ruck. Grundy beats the hand pass out. Franklin gathers it. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. That was a huge kick. Malcolm Blight would be happy with that one. Franklin with his 4th. He's certainly playing well. Jacobs comes away with the ball. Umpire not having a bar of that and signalling for a ball up. Punched by Sinclair. The loose ball picked up. Jack heads in for the goals. Going for goal number 1. The big kick for goal goes straight through. Jack extends the lead from that kick. Guided by Sinclair. The loose ball picked up. Adelaide with a lot to think about as they trail by 1 quarter to play.
Never let your head hang down. Never give up and sit down and grieve. Find another way.
Sloan with clean hands for a difficult bouncing ball. He seems to have the ball on a string, Richo.
Yes, he's giving 100% right now.
Didn't middle that kick, did he, Richo?
If you're going to kick that poorly, you may as well just give the ball straight back to the opposition.
Great mark under pressure. Tippett, urged on by the crowd, prepares to kick. Here he is going for goal number 7. The Swans add one to their tally. Look at that pass. Sinclair with the tap. He gets his hands on the footy. Grundy with the hand pass. Franklin going for number 5. Couldn't seal the deal.
Well, fortune favours the brave. It's time Adelaide stopped playing safe with their possession and took the game on. Franklin with a strong mark, lining it up with the goal now. Douglas gets cleaned up. He hand passes it. He just wants some attention. Hardigan passes it. Sloan by hand. Kennedy takes advantage. He has the ball. Sinclair with the shot. Tippett marks the ball.
Concentration comes out of a combination of confidence and hunger, so they tell me. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Umpire bounces the ball.
The Swans are dominating the clearances and really giving their forwards plenty of opportunity, and I think that's why they've got the lead. Oh, and it's gone through for a behind.
Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark, minus the peg. Franklin with a wobbly kick. That was all Tippett. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. Tippett takes a shot. He's having a ball, if you'll excuse the pun.
Sinclair's shown a lot of character with his recent performances. Puts boot to ball. He gets it under pressure. Franklin with the kick. Jack gets the catch. Puts boot to ball.
Franklin gets the ball. Yet another possession. Going for goal number 5. Through for a point. It looks like the Swans have this one in the bag. The spilled ball is collected. Head down now as he goes in for the goal. He kicked that one like my wife would, out of bounds near the goal. Not too long to go before the end of this match. Has he? Yes, he's paid it. Booted by Atkins. Douglas catches. Sends the Sharon on its way. The Swans come away victorious with 119-0. Both ruckmen have their eyes on the ball. I'm excited for this one, Richard.
To be prepared is half the victory in footy. Let's see who has come to this game with the right mindset.
Finding the running player. Jack puts his head down and runs in. Jack gets the goal with an ambitious kick. The ball is bounced. Tap to advantage. Franklin with the bump. Well, you've got to move faster than that. That's holding the ball. Boots it. Catch by Curnow. Boots it. Nice work from Sumner. Jams it on the boot. Takes that one strongly.
Mills, he's creative with his game. He always makes an appearance on the highlight reel. Simpson bumps. Sinclair takes advantage. Hand passes to the running man. Franklin shoots for goal. Franklin kept his cool and it pays off.
Ruckman awaiting the bounce. The bounce is straight as an arrow. Sinclair taps it. He's got the football now. He runs for home, going for goal number 2. Football is not, never has claimed to be a fair game.
Rowe's shown a lot of character with his recent performances. Sinclair with good strong hands. Sinclair kicks for goal. Tippett marks the ball. Concentrating hard as he lines up the goal. It comes off the side of the boot and the ball is out of play.
White puts it on the boot. Papley with the interception. Superb handball. He doesn't know the meaning of the word fear. In fact, it's fair to say he doesn't know the meaning of a lot of words. Cunningham just squeezes it over the line. That will settle his nerves. The first goal is always welcome. They increase their lead.
The Swans have just backed their pace and skills and they've been rewarded on the scoreboard. It's been pretty impressive.
Grundy gains possession through the interception. Papley comes away with the ball. He has the ball, collected by Wiedering. He gets his hands on the footy. He's got the footy in his hands. Tackled, but gets the handball off. He picks up the loose ball. Grundy kicks it. Catch by Franklin. Let's have the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. Talking to a football doesn't do much good unless you do it while your opponent is lining up. 60 metres out. That decision was like taking a beer to a job interview. Not a very good idea. The ball bouncing well.
Sinclair obviously loves playing for the club. I can't imagine him being anywhere else. Sending it on its way. Papley with the catch. He steadies now in front of goal. Puts boot to ball. He gets it under pressure. Tippett lining up with the goals. Tippett goes for home. The ball's up. That was badly needed.
Great bounce. The siren sounds, and that's the end of the opening term. The score's Sydney 31 to Carl. And we're back at it.
Just keep going. Everybody gets better if they keep at it.
Cruiser didn't even get close to that tap. Sends the ball out into space. Intercepted by Kennedy. The loose ball picked up. The umpire will give us another ball up. Cruiser looked about as coordinated as Disney's Goofy. Choose to kick it. Tippett with the catch. Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. Shot at goal by Tippett. Pinpoint accuracy from Tippett. A second goal in the bag. This one gives them an even bigger lead.
Tippett must have amazing intuition because he can react so fast to situations. It's as though he's had premonitions.
Sinclair with a big fist on it. And it's close to goal as the ball goes over the boundary line. The ball has been tossed in. Punched by Sinclair. Controlled by Tippett. And he's heading for home. Tippett likes his chances for goal. Sydney leads by 38. Cruiser gets the upper hand. Cruiser sends one up towards the wing. The contest, no match for him. Sumner with the torpedo. Catch by Kennedy. Thumps the pigskin. He has clearly been shopping at Clangers or Us. The ball goes over the boundary in the pocket. The ruckmen battle it out. Sinclair with the punch. The ball spills to Tippett, approaching the goals now. Fantastic goal by Tippett.
Tippett will want to try and wheel around onto his favoured foot, but he's still very capable on the other.
Franklin heading in. Watch his style. He had perfect control over the ball right up until the minute he kicked it.
It's time to roll the dice out there and see how the game might open up. Yes, Carlton might get hurt on the rebound, but I think more scoring opportunities will present themselves. Cripps gets the upper hand, passes by hand. Nice interception. He slams that on the boot. The ball is out of bounds.
Sinclair with a big fist on it. The umpire's had enough. It's a ball up. Sinclair got a fist on it. He controls the bouncing ball. Tippett puts his head down and runs in. If he was a golfer, I think by now he'd be using the reverse overlapping grip. Sydney starting to exert some dominance over the Blues with the lead of 46-0. Oh, he's dropped it. He'll rue that one. Sinclair just squeezes the kick out. McVeigh lobs the pass. Grundy has his head down now. Goal for Grundy. This kick puts them further into the lead.
The Swans has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around. Carlton, they aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run.
The umpire has bounced the ball. Robinson controls. Goes by hand. He's heading for home. The spilled ball is collected. Cunningham gets the ball out of the pack. So half-time, and Richo, what do you... Well, the players have had a good rest, and they look refreshed, ready for the third term.
Think big, believe big, act big, and the result will be big.
He runs into the goal. Franklin has the chance to add one more to his tally. Goal. Sydney have scored the last 7 goals. The Swans with a handy break, leading Carlton 58-0. Cripps kicks. Wright gets the upper hand.
Wright can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league. Curnow with the kick. McVeigh takes the mark, sending it on its way. Naismith marks it.
That came off the boot with huge power. Nice work from Tippett. Concentration comes out of a combination of confidence and hunger, so they tell me. He steadies now in front of goal, 40 metres out. Almost in the bag from this position, you would think. And there's the bounce.
Cruiser is superb with his ruck work. Once his eyes are locked onto the ball, there's little chance he won't get a fist to it. He handballs it. Really quick hands to get the ball out from that tackle. He lays off the pass.
Into the game comes Robinson. Batted down nicely by Naismith. Hand passed by Curnow. Murphy feeds it wide. Smeds there to mop it up. Lobs the handball. Gathered by Kerridge. The umpire calls advantage. Lloyd kicks. He's heading for home. Casbolt, cool under pressure, releases in time. With the quick hands. Kennedy sends the ball on its way. Steady hands there as he holds that one.
The Swans have been dominant in the air and they're marking everything. Carlton need to stop trying to outmark the Swans and just get a fist into the contest. Good hand skills there. Approaching home now. Naismith kicks it off the line.
Tippett there to mop it up. He's rammed that one into the woodwork. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. Murphy sends one up towards the wing. Naismith picks it up. He hand passes the ball with a kicking technique that's a bit like a suitcase in which we're trying to pack too many things into. Opportunity for Tippett. Tippett aiming for the goals. Goal. When he's on song, he sings a very good song. Tippett stretching that goal tally on the stat sheet. They increase their lead.
The Swans has an abundance of quality mids and small forwards, and they are just running rings around the Blues. They aren't worried about playing on because they know they're probably going to get better shots at goal on the run. Naismith is really good at getting up in the ruck, but his directional taps need some more work.
Intercept by Wiedering. Interception. Jack kicks inside 50, and that's the game. Sydney, 77 to the Blues. Nothing? What? Oh, they're telling me that's... There's the siren for the final quarter, and play is underway.
You and your opponent want the same thing. The only thing that matters is who works the hardest for it.
Short handball from Sinclair. Get that weak shiitake mushroom out of here. Franklin, in desperation, goes for goal and misses. Nice mark there. And that torp has gone supernova. Strong mark by Robinson. What do you think, Richo? Can he make this one?
He'll need a bigger kick than he has from here.
Is it high enough, long enough, straight enough? That could be the final nail in the coffin. Robinson somehow manages to get that ball out with all those players around him. The Swans are in control of this game.
Sydney are just really comfortable kicking for goal on the run because it's just an extension of their normal field kicking, and they have absolutely no issues there.
Kennedy with a short hand pass. He's heading for home. Grundy going for number 2. I can't believe it carried the distance. That's a great goal. The lead has been increased.
Sinclair is really good at getting up in the ruck, but his directional taps need some more work. Running in for the goals now. Franklin takes a shot. Franklin gets a huge goal.
And there's the bounce. Sinclair with the hit is in his possession. He gives the ball away. Tackled, but gets the handball off. Looking for another goal here. That was a long kick for goal. They increase their lead. Good bounce. Batted down nicely by Sinclair. The ball's come out of the pack like a chocolate bar from a slot machine. He's really a ball magnet. Papley with his head down, running for home. Oh, tough break. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Strong mark. Sumner puts it on the boot. Steady hands there as he holds that one. Chips it down towards half forward. Franklin intercepts the bouncing ball. Franklin thumps the ball for goal. Oh, that was a brave shot. Good goal.
Sydney are just really comfortable kicking for goal on the run because it's just an extension of their normal field kicking, and they have absolutely no issues there.
A good mark under the circumstances. 50 metres from home. The kick from almost straight in front of the goals. Wins the hard ball. Kicked by Aaliyah. Over the top of the pack. Right going through his routine. Unfortunately, they made the grass very short tactically this week. Takes that one strongly. Not much time left. The best you can hope for is simultaneous free kicks. Aaliyah getting told to move on. Simply outplayed the opposition there. Distance could be the problem. A 45-degree angle for this kick. Final scores are 110. The ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce.